Yo, your boy, Prince Jonathan, back for another one. Oh man, this is day 4. I've done 4 in a row. I'm so proud of myself, but I'm gonna keep on going. But I am proud of this moment to have made it 4 straight days. 4 straight days on some long talks too. Oh, you know the name, Thoughtful Walk. Not Thoughtful Walk, Thoughtful Walk. Oh, I'm excited for today's topic. I've kind of dabbled around it a little bit with consistency and with starting, and yesterday's with, oh my gosh, I can't even remember what I talked about yesterday. Anyways, go back and watch the video. It'll come back to me. But the one thing you're probably wondering, like, all right, cool. I know where to start. I know how to be consistent. I know the process. There we go. I told you it would come back. I know it's a process. But what do I gotta do to really get started? Like, before I even take my first step. And the reason I didn't wanna start there was because when you say this word, it means you gotta do it. Or if you live the opposite of this world, it means you're stuck on something else. You're making a pledge to something else. So, what's the word I'm talking about? Commit. Commit. Now I'm gonna use it more like commitment, but commit. Here, baseline definition, right here. The state or quality of being dedicated to cause, an activity, or etc. To cause or activity. So that's commitment. I didn't really get the breakdown of commit on that, but it's pretty much the same thing of pledging to a cause. Now, what I find interesting is the last 3 days, the words all have a very distinct definition. But again, it's what you place on it. What do you place on it? Commitment is the same thing. It's not positive nor negative. It's just a pledge. Now, it can be an unspoken pledge. It can be a very spoken pledge. Kind of like a promise. Promise is a bit deeper, but it's a style of commitment. It's a spoken pledge, or you promise to yourself. Now, where am I going with all this? Commitment. We commit to things all the time. If you've done a consistent habit, or if you put consistency on anything, you've started a process, whatever that process may be, you've inevitably have committed to something. Let me say that again. If you started a process, if you've been consistent, you've started a process, things are moving, you inevitably have started a commitment. Because at some point, someone is probably counting on you to do what you do. Like this. This is day 4. I committed before I even started. I committed to being a speaker. I committed to sowing authenticity in people. I committed to speaking for 75 days. That's my outspoken commitment. Now, this is where the definition becomes really hard and really personal. And I'm saying we because I'm part of the problem too. I've had a lot of problem with this. I will commit to others. You tell me, JT, I need you here at 7 o'clock. I'll be there at 7 o'clock. I'll probably be there a little early. But if I said, hey, JT, to myself, man, we need to get to the gym at 7. What happens? I don't wake up in time. What happens? I wake up late. I don't do it. There have been times where I didn't even go to the gym because I was like, I woke up late, I couldn't do it. And yes, to all those that are like, why don't you just set an alarm? Why don't you set several alarms? Set it across the room. I've done it all, okay? I've done every which way. In fact, I just ordered Shot Clock 2 because I'm so committed to waking up on time, to getting videos out, that I said, I need something with an electrical impulse that monitors my sleep and wakes me up in the lightest part of my sleep so I can honor my commitment. That's how deep it is. I've woken up, I used to be, it's how bad with sleep. I don't know if it's DNA or not. I might be digressing right now. But last story, I used to, back at home in Chicago, I had a boombox in my room and I would set my phone, hook it up to it and set it so it would go off through the boombox. And I would do it at the maximum loud. So it would just blare through the house. Everybody woke up but me. Everybody woke up but me. So just so you know, that's how it is. Now, back to what I was saying with commitment to yourself. Committing to yourself is the hardest. Good morning, how are you? is the hardest thing to do. Why? Because you're the only person keeping yourself accountable to it. You're the only person you're promising, and that relies on your integrity. Ooh. When you start breaking your commitments to yourself, which I have done many times, you see the results in your life. Maybe you're not making the sales you want to make. Maybe you're not showing up to work on time. Maybe you don't even have the courage to do what you said you were going to do because you've broken so many commitments to yourself. A lot of times, that's what happens with people. I've seen this in my life. I've seen this in other people's lives. That the more commitments you break, the less you try to take responsibility for things. The more you start to blame. The more you push out on other people. So, again, committing for others is much easier because you know that they're counting on you. There are some great people out there that can promise you, that can commit to you. You ask them to do something, you're like, hey, I need help with my homework. Can you meet me at 5 o'clock? We all know that. You might have been that person, like, yep, I got you. I'm right there. But then you look inside and you go, you know what? I have this big grand goal. I want to just use my life. I want to make $6 grand a month selling cars, just so I can continue to be an auto broker. I'm stepping out on faith on that. That's my commitment to myself. So I got to go up to my boss and be like, hey man, can you help me with this commitment? Yep, that was me committed to at least my goal and asking for help. Asking for help. And they've given that to me. They're like, yep, JT, we see the promise in you. We got you. But it first starts within here. So the commitments, I'm setting my integrity up for success. The commitments I'm putting on myself first are, let's get up, go to the gym. Because I know with 75 Hard, where my brain goes when I work out first. It's like a meditation, it breaks down stuff. And I gotta lift a little heavier. Or somebody just beeped because they were like, oh, look at you filming. Anyways, I know with myself where I need to be mentally. So getting up and committing to that is the first step for that. Now, with commitment, with consistency, and with the process, it takes time. You can't just wake up one day, like tomorrow, and you're like, you know what? Prince Jonathan said he go to the gym every day. I'm gonna go to the gym every day. If you have to give yourself some grace with your commitments. Grace does not mean be lazy though. I never said forgive yourself and be lazy. No, I said give yourself grace. That means you're gonna actively fight for your commitments. It means you're gonna actively fight for everything you want. And if you drop it, if you fail, if you learn a lesson, that's okay. That means it's an opportunity to pick your commitments back up. And by that point, if you commit enough to yourself, you'll start to see people around you will shift because they'll see the shift in you. You need to shift first and they'll see the shift in you. So if you do drop a commitment, let's say on accident, for some reason, my shot clock too, I forgot to charge it the night before, I wasn't paying attention. Inevitably, someone's gonna call me and be like, hey man, you didn't wake up. Hey man, your video looks like it was done at night. And I'll be like, yep, I apologize, that's on me, but I'm picking my commitment right back up, getting up in the morning, and I'm gonna speak to the people. Why? Because I know I have a commitment that I need to finish out. I need to complete this pledge of cause. So, where in your life? Now, I wanna say something. I kind of said it earlier. You need to honor your commitments. I need to honor my commitments. And I did that. And the best way I could do it in the real world example was with Domino's. Yep, I left Domino's and I showed up. That is a job that, was just a simple job that I needed for cash in my pocket. But I gave my boss my 2 weeks. In fact, at every job I've ever done, if I left that job, I gave you my last 2 weeks and I honored that last 2 week commitment. I showed up to work on time. I showed up ready to work. Even on the last day, I worked as if I had 3 days left. Now, some of y'all do this. All right, well, I don't want to do this no more, so I'm gonna drop my commitment, drop it off, throw it out. No, that's not the way to do it. Honor it. If you're even doing something you don't like and you realize it, leave honorably because people will see that. You'll affect the energy And I don't know what's going on. I didn't do it for causation. I did it for my integrity. That I said, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna do this. Where in your life are you seeing that, oh, maybe it's because I take the easy way out, that now life starts to look like that. I start to leave early. In my life, I'm not playing that no more. I'm not playing that. And I'm talking physically and mentally show up too, by the way. Some of y'all are like, I physically go to work. Yeah, but you're not mentally there. Everything you do is subpar. Everything you want to do in your life is subpar. Yeah, I'm calling people out now because I was subpar for so long. I don't want another person to live subpar. Honor your commitments. I'm committed to this. I'm committed to being the best speaker in the world. I'm committed to sowing authenticity in your life. And that even starts when I'm at Domino's and I left that job, but I gave them everything. Every minute I gave them. If you paying me, you get it. If you not paying me and I said I'm showing up, I'm giving it to you. So look at your life. Stop giving yourself false commitments. Stop giving yourself easy commitments. Show up for the challenge. You got this. I know you do because I done been through all this. My entire 20s was half committing, half in, half out. You have this. Get out there. Dominate your day, and that means honor your commitments. Commit to the cause that you want to have in your life. Commit to whatever you're doing. Job, relationships, yourself. Please commit to yourself. Stop putting everyone above you. Commit to yourself. Love yourself. Take responsibility. And I will see you tomorrow because this is my commitment. I'm showing up. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.